I'm Gudgin. I've been a member of the BCS for many years, and I'm also a member of the Academic Accreditation Committee. First of all, there's the Academic Accreditation Committee. That has about 25 members, and they are all both assessors and members of the committee, and it's the committee which ultimately is responsible for approving or otherwise an accreditation. We also have a number of assessors, about 19 total, who carry out assessments and have been trained to do so, but they're not normally members of the committee. We have the BCS education team, the Secretariat, and they support the assessors on a visit. And we always include at least one industrial member from amongst the assessors. In fact, I'm an industrial member. And typically on a visit there will be 2 members of the Academic Accreditation Committee, a number of assessors, and that will include at least one industrialist. The process starts about a year before the visit actually takes place. That may sound a very long time, but both the institution and the BCS need to do a lot of preparatory work. So about a year before the visit, the education team, the Secretariat from BCS, will contact the institution, and the first step will be to arrange a mutually agreeable date. And they will also remind themselves and the institution of what happened at the previous visit, and normally that will have been 5 years ago. If there's anything major happening at an institution, and we appreciate that does happen from time to time, there may be a significant restructuring of the courses, in some cases even a significant restructuring of the institution itself, then normally a visit would be postponed until those changes have settled down. The first thing the institution will be asked to do once the dates have been agreed is to submit a list of courses that they wish to consider for accreditation. And in that list you'll need to include your ordinary degrees, and we need separate programme learning outcomes, not exit awards, as we would, for example, from an honours degree in an integrated master's. Sometimes institutions are looking for full accreditation, sometimes for partial fulfilment. And it's worth, I think, just emphasising that partial fulfilment refers to the level of the accreditation, not the accreditation criteria. Please include all programmes that you would like the BCS to consider, including those that may not yet have started. They may well start during the 5-year term, and in that case we can often consider them for initial accreditation, which means that we've looked at them in principle and been able to accredit them, although we will need further information once the first cohort has completed that particular programme. As well as accreditation by the BCS, there are some other certificates that institutions may like to consider. For example, there's Chartered IT Professional, that's awarded by the BCS, but we also have Chartered Engineer and Chartered Scientist, and the BCS is licensed to approve both of those by the Engineering Council and the Science Council. And if you wish any of your courses to be considered for those, again, please let the Secretariat know right at the beginning of the process. If you're unsure, then it's worth a discussion with them, and they will give you an initial view on whether it's likely that those programs could be accredited. There's also the EURINFO Bachelor Quality Label and the EURINFO Master Quality Label, and again, you might like to submit programs for those. I think it's worth just adding a few words about multi-site campuses. Sometimes an institution may have several campuses, or indeed may award a programme in conjunction with another institution. In that case, please be very clear up front at the time you make the initial contact with the BCS that you wish those programs to be considered. We can't just visit one campus and grant accreditation if in fact a significant part of the program is delivered elsewhere. And these days franchise agreements are becoming increasingly common. So again, please let the Secretariat know as soon as possible that you have these arrangements in place. If you want us to consider a program that's delivered at perhaps 2 or 3 campuses, then we will almost certainly need to visit those in addition to your main campus.